Hey Derek, it's Josh Klein. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Fantastic. I know that you have a charity event coming up. What is it about giving back to your community that you like so much, and what does this specific event mean to you?
I think just growing up, my parents always, I was always around people that gave, no matter how little or how much you had. I mean, I was always around those who were willing to give their last leg for others. So, I mean, I think that's kind of just why I try to do so much now. Being involved in the community is a big thing for me because, I mean, that's something that, it reaches to kids that didn't have that opportunity. Man, my biggest thing is, trying to reach out to kids. I did an event today. Wasn't able to make it, of course, but my team was able to put it on and we were able to get everything squared away. So that happened today. Well, still going on today from 2 to 5. And it was with the veterans, all veterans, Charlotte or wherever in North Carolina, just come and give out gift bags of just different things and, sit down and be able to feed them and, just be able to do all these different things for them. That's something that touches home to me because my dad was a vet that was airborne in the Army. Just growing up and having that influence, I notice a lot of the kids out there, and I notice a lot of men and women that sacrifice their lives to go overseas and be able to fight and, be able to keep us safe here at home. So, I mean, I try to do everything I can in that aspect to put this event on today. And along with the foundation I partnered with and Tyrone and his foundation, it was a big thing for me to just get this off the ground today.
Let's go to Steve Reed and then Mike Solarte.
Thanks, Derek. It's great stuff. Also, I wonder if I could ask you a football question. You guys are playing the Bucks this week, coming off maybe perhaps one of Tom Brady's worst games ever. Any scare to that? Meaning that he's probably going to be, plenty motivated, I guess, this week.
Yeah, I mean, we lost 4 games now. So, I mean, if you don't think we're plenty motivated, then, I mean, something's wrong with that. So, I mean, you'd be pissed off all you want. But at the end of the day, you got 2 pissed off teams coming in ready to battle each other.
Hey, Derek. Mike Solarte with Spectrum News 1. When you look back at the first time you played these guys and you look now ahead to the rematch, as a rookie, I guess in your position, it's maybe even harder to tell, but is the game perhaps slowing down for you? We asked Jeremy about that, and he feels it is slowing down for him a little bit. But as a defensive lineman, do you notice that it slows down, or do you have to are you finding yourself picking things up a little bit more? I mean, where do you see your development so far?
I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. I mean, just like when you go from high school to college, it's a big jump in the game. So when you go to the world's best football players playing in the league, I mean, you got to be able to process everything. Like we came in the season, we get to have preseason. So we were out there with all pro guys immediately. So, I mean, it was one of those things where, you're looking across the field and you're like, wow, like, that's Tom Brady back there the first game. But then, now it's like, okay, well, now we know what we got to do. So, just take it when you go back and watch the first game, take all the negative that happened from the first game, and you try to implement them not to happen in this game.
Let's go to Jonathan Alexander and then Sharon Thorsland.
Hey, Derek. Hope all is well, man. I'm wondering, from what you knew about that first game, what was something that the Bucks did well that you think you all really, or that you all are focusing on to making sure you all improve on this game up here, right here?
I just think, they moved the ball on us, through a lot of different ways. So, I mean, I thought when we sat down and, Coach Snow got the week started on Monday, and, we just sat down and we talked about our keys. So, I mean, that's what we know our keys that we got to be able to handle and be able to stop. And, we got to do certain things to get better on defense. We got to do those things and implement them into this game.
Derek, when you look at Tom Brady, I know he had an off game by his standards for sure last week, but is he still Tom Brady? And if so, what makes him so good?
Man, just his ability to be able to get the ball out of his hand. He's a guy that's done this for a long time. I grew up watching Tom Brady, so I mean, he's been in the league way longer than I have. So it's one of those things where you just gotta get over the shock factor that is Tom Brady, and you gotta be able to do your job.
Let's go to David Newton and then Josh Klein.
Hey, Derek, good to see you today. I wanted to ask, you guys really seemed to shut down Brady in the second half of that second game. what was the difference? What did y'all learn in the first half about yourself or about what the Bucks were doing that enabled you to do that?
We just got to do our job. Thinking too much, and just we got to be able to do our job and just focus on what we got to do.
Derrick, I know when you came into the league, I think on draft night, you said something about, people view you as a run stuffer, but you don't view yourself that way. What have maybe people missed about your pass rushing over the first 9 games of the season?
It's something I've had to learn. I've had to, take that extra time and, actually, be able to break down film and be able to break down film, not just, the run part of it, but also, be able to determine the pass, the pass blocking. It's just a bunch of different things that go into that. Nobody can sit here and say, nobody's on that Aaron Donald level first year they come into the league. So, it's one of those things that, I hope to, progress in. And I feel like I'm starting to progress a little bit.
All right, let's go to Joe Person before we wrap it up.
Derrick, in that Bucks game Monday night, of course, they fell into an early hole. It allowed the Saints to kind of go after Brady, completely opposite of your first game against them where the Bucks jumped up early. How big would that be if you guys can get an early lead and maybe kind of go after Brady?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even want to think that way. It's one of those things that, there's a lot of things that happen in that game that, just watching the film, it shows for itself. And, I don't want to think that way because it's a lot different than it may seem that way.
How nice would it be for you personally to kind of make that first sack come against Tom Brady?
It'd be nice. We're going to try. We'll see what happens.
All right, actually the last one. Elena, you can ask your question.
I'm sorry, Derrick. I just had one quick one for you. I was wondering, I remember the first 2 games of the year you had told us you hadn't really felt like you were playing like yourself yet. When you go back now and watch like that Bucks game, and you know how you're playing right now, like how much do you think you've grown like when you're watching that game back?
I think I've grown, but I don't think I'm there yet, to be honest. I watch a lot of tape and things, and I got a lot of flaws on things that should be simplistic and were simplistic. And when you take 9 months off of football, 8, 9 months off of football, and actually hitting things and then hitting people or hitting sleds, then it's hard to be able to just make those adjustments again in a few weeks. So, things I'm still trying to improve on and just get my game back to where it was.